today we're going to talk about coffee and wine. And if those aren't your favorite choices, don't worry, I've got you covered. We also have tea and beer. So we're going to start out with the coffee. These first are coffee flavored drops. And what you can do is you can put these in water, or if you want to strengthen your coffee a little bit, there's a lot of caffeine in here. There's different flavors, vanilla, caramel, and chocolate. Then these are mocha coffees. They're already made. You can drink these on ice or plain. They're both delicious either way. We have creamers, vanilla, and what is this one? Hazelnut. Then there's the powdered creamers as well. And this is an interesting one. I was kind of surprised to find a monster drink there. This one is Java Mean Bean. And this one is the Kona Blend. So we have two different flavors. But when I went back to get some bread afterwards, these are all completely gone. So you have to pay attention. If you think you're going to like it, grab a case of them. We also have instant jars, decaf and regulars, different sizes, different brands. And then there's the iced coffees, of course. You've seen these before in the chocolate video. Different flavors for each one. Cappuccino. Now these ones, you have to pay attention when you see the 2X. That means they're twice as strong. And then we have instant coffees. There's 5 different blends. You want to look at the boxes. Some have 7, some have 6, and some have 5. And then we have decaf as well. This one's already pre-made. If you like to have sugar in your coffee and cream, this comes all 3 of them in the same one. Now this says candy. It's actually made with coffee, but when you look at this logo, this says on the top, you want to really pay attention to this. It says coffee replacement. That means one piece is about 2 cups of coffee. So you have to be very careful eating those. Otherwise you're going to be like this all day at work. So just make sure you read the label. And there's different strengths and flavors of both of them. You can even get this with cream. This one has cream flavored. It's a cappuccino. There's also a K-cup size and Tassimo. And here's the other sizes right here as well, different flavors. There's French vanilla and mocha chocolate, but it's coffee. It's just chocolate flavored. And then here's another K-cup size. This one's Colombian. This is a good one too. I've tasted all of these, and Javalia has one as well. This one's one of my favorites. This is cold brewed, and this entire thing was actually $1. You've seen these up to like $15 for one of these. And this is a really good flavor. Even just plain on ice is good. I did find the original coffee grounds. You used to find these all the time for $1, but pretty much they're going with the K-cups and the instants or the pre-made cans. But I was able to find some actual grounds in a regular percolator. Then also you have coffee mugs, like this one in ceramic. There's different sizes. I drink a lot of coffee, so I don't have a problem using a tall cup. Also to go for your workout or driving, these are great. They come with the lid. There's 6 of them in each one. And here's another one I want to show you. This is called Stoke. This is a shot. You've seen these at maybe 7-Eleven. You'll see creamers and everything. Once in a while I'll see these there. That's what got me started on these. They're very strong. They're a liquid caffeine that's concentrated coffee, and you pour that into your coffee to give it a boost. So what I like doing is, if I'm in a hurry, I just take it, it's the size of a creamer. It's a little tiny creamer size. You just take it and shoot it like a shot. I did that once in Venice, and it was actually really good energy, and you're not full of liquids. So these are great. And this box I actually got on the clearance section at Ralph's. They have clearance sections at Vaughn's as well, but this one was marked down. I'm not sure if it's because they changed the packaging. The expiration date wasn't even close. It was 2 years, so I'm not really sure the reason they had these, but I'm glad they did because I was able to get that. And also here are Land O'Lakes creams. These are the really good ones. They have excellent flavor. And those were also on clearance. And if you're entertaining, I did find a nice handled coffee mug and a teacup for the teas as well. And they have the different handles on them. Yeah, we're going to move into teas. Surprisingly, I found quite a few of them from ginger, and this one is hibiscus. And it took, I've actually tasted all of these as well, but I didn't do it all at one time. It took almost a year. So a year before we filmed this, I had to taste everything, including anyone who knows me knows I'm not really a beer fan, but I did taste these, and I'll tell you all about those in a minute as well. There's lemongrass and ginger. There's a family size one. All of these were $1, so this is actually a pretty good value as well. There's a lot in there, 24 tea bags in that one. And then this is a variety pack. And then here's another one. This is a spicy blend, and then the other one's a regular. So these are just as good. Different flavors. And for those of you on a diet, there's diet teas as well. And then here's another dieter's drink. This one, used with caution because it actually flushes your system out. It's very strong. These ones are more subtle, and this is like in the middle, and this is the least painful. So I would recommend that one. And also you would want to know what do you serve with the coffees and teas, or even the wines. There's different biscuits. You'll want to go with plain when you have the coffee or chocolate, and then the sweeter ones when you go with the teas. And also biscotti, the chocolate chips, these you need to wash down with something. So they're okay to eat plain as long as you have a water. So these are perfect for coffee. And this one would be for the tea. It's more plain. It brings out the flavors of the teas as well. And then we have wafer rolls as well. Different flavors. There's chocolate and vanilla. So we have both kinds. And then this wafer cracker goes with everything, including the wine. It's apricot. And I do have it in plain, mostly for just the coffee or tea. But this one is excellent with all 4 products. There's no creams in it. It's just an apricot glaze, and it's actually delicious by itself as well. Now we're moving on to beer. I know a lot of people are just dying to see these. Yes, these were each actually $1 for each of these. I'm going to show you each of the flavors. And there's taller ones as well. These ones came in a 4-pack for $3.99. That still makes them $1 each. And then here's another one. And we also have, if you don't care for beer, this one's called a hard lemonade. It's a half and half. That has alcohol. I also found this one for mixed drinks, and that we also have a glass for that kind of stuff. And also another mixed drink would be this one. You can serve on ice or just refrigerated, just plain is fine. We have another type of beer over here. These were a 4-pack for $4.99, Stella Rosa. I'm not really thrilled with the color, but ladies love this, the pink color one. These were also $1. They're different kinds of wines in a can, which I thought these are kind of interesting packaging. I like those. There's also a cider. And then we have light wines as well. Some of these were $1. I noticed that the price has increased a little bit. That's okay, as long as you can go up to $3.99 for a bottle. That still makes it $1 a glass, which is what these are going for right now. And if you like these, this is a Chardonnay, and this one is a red wine, just a plain red. If you think that you're going to like these, or you're having a party, make sure you get at least 12 of whatever flavor, however many guests you would like to get 2 glasses for each person. And if not, the wine bottles always serve, depending on, this is what I love most. Oh, I only have a glass of wine with dinner. It depends on the size of your glass, how much you're really drinking. So remember that when you're telling your doctor for your physical what size you have. This is a little bit larger than the average size. Any of these bottles will pour about 3 of these up to about here. If you notice in restaurants, they never fill the glass all the way up unless it's table wine, and they're a little bit shorter. So we'll talk about this mug. Is one of my favorite ones, even though I'm not really a beer fan until I tell you how I like it now. This is a very heavy mug. I was kind of surprised. It weighs about as much as, if you ever have done a flower arrangement, it weighs about as much as 3 vases. So it's this would be good for a couple of things besides beer. Now we're going to talk about flavoring. If you'd like to flavor them, there's also, I forgot to show you this, a Pilsner glass as well. This is a tall one. They come in shorter sizes as well. You can add, if you'd like to flavor the beer, you can add tomato, low sodium tomato, or you can put lime in it. You see a lot of people at the beach with a wedge of lime on the top of it, or maybe even salt, but the lime is fine by itself. This one was interesting. If you ever have the fruit juices, you'll see the pepper on the pineapple. So when I saw this, I really didn't read the label. I just assumed you just pour the beer in it and it has this, when you lick it, it has a spicy kick to it. This is actually a hangover relief. So if you like spicy, you can do two things at once. You can drink all you want and just have this with each one, and it'll be delicious. It tastes really good. And then this is a little bit hotter. This one is a chili lime spice, and then this one's the super hot pepper one. But they're both delicious. And of course, I did find redskin nuts and sriracha nuts, and also this actually brings out the flavor is beer nuts. They're some kind of sweet coating on the outside, but it actually brings the flavor of the beer out, so it's more palatable that way. And now we're going to talk about wines. We're going to start with this one. This is a chocolate wine. I noticed that the price did go up to $3.99. It still makes it $1 a glass, which is good. But when I purchased this, it was only 99 cents. That was about a year ago before we shot this video. Now I'm going to show you how you can make this. You can pour the chocolate syrup in it. And what you want to do is empty about 1/4 of a glass out to maybe 1/8 or 1/4 out so that there's room to pour the chocolate in here. And you can shake it up. You want to let it sit for about 3 days before, and it will actually taste like a chocolate wine. It just depends on whatever flavor you have, so you want to experiment a little. Another thing is espresso wine. Same thing, you want to pour about 1/8 or 1/4 of a glass out and take, I'm going to tell you the recipe for this. These are very strong, so if you're a wine connoisseur and you prefer the taste of wine, but you still like coffee, you pour 3 of these shots in it. If you don't want to taste any wine and just want to taste coffee, like a nice coffee drink, then you're going to put 4 shots in it. And you put the cork back on, or some of these have screw caps, turn it upside down about 6 times slowly, maybe at the speed. And then if you want it chilled, put it in the refrigerator. But with the coffee, you can drink it at any temperature. It's delicious both ways. And I've tested each one of these Chardonnays, red wines, Merlots, and Cabernet Sauvignon. So they all have a slightly different taste to it. It'll be fun for you to experiment with those as well. Now, here's another one that was different. This one is a Cabernet, and this one was a Merlot. One of them was 99 cents and the other was $2.99. I didn't realize what the difference was. If you see, they look exactly the same, and it was just a couple months apart. You'll notice if you have a dollar outlet store, it constantly changes, and that depends on what they have the best deal on. And the difference was just the flavor. So if you're going to flavor it, that's fine. If you like it standalone, that's great too. I also found this one is another Cabernet, and this is another Cabernet. There's 3 of those. This one is a Chardonnay, so it has a picture of a fish. That's easy to remember. Red wine can go with almost anything, but they always say serve white wine with fish. And this one is, it doesn't really say what this one is. It looks kind of pinkish to me, but it doesn't identify what it is. So if it's only $1, what difference does it make anyways? And then we have different kinds of, you have corkscrews for $1, bottle openers. I did not find any beer bottles with the caps on them, but you can get all of these items for $1. And this one is interesting. This is a wine holder. What you do is take your bottle, if you have house guests, and then put it in like this, and it just rests on the table. So it's kind of like an elegant way. Some people do not like the twist tops. There was actually a study done to find out if people prefer screw caps or to pop the cork. The majority of the people like to pop the cork because they take their wine seriously, and they believe it's more elegant to pop a cork at dinner and have someone serve it to each guest. If you're having a wine tasting party, I don't think anyone cares after the first glass, right? So the caps are fine too. If you're at home and it's just every day, go with the screw caps. Are always less expensive, or the box wine. A wine connoisseur would probably never drink something out of a box. That was voted 0 on the study that I read about. So that just about wraps it up for today. And if you're worried about staining your teeth with coffee or wine, don't worry, because in the next chapter I'm going to show you how to take care of that as well.